Hello, beautiful stars. Welcome to today's reading. All right, we are taking a mystical journey today. And before you embark on your journey, you must choose the path. So let's start with revealing those paths. For path 1, we have Beauty of Age. For path 2, we have Foxfire. And for path 3, we have the Garden of the Night. All right, lovely stars, tune in into your intuition, into your magic. Whenever you are ready, go to the timestamps in the description below, and I will see you on your journey. Hello, beautiful stars. For those who have chosen this path, every path starts out with a quest, a goal, a search, a seeking of something. And you've chosen the Beauty of Age. So you are seeking the path or a goal to enhance the life of others. This could be in various forms, means, in terms of enriching and beautifying others' lives, or bringing about some form, shape, or even perhaps a product that will enhance others' life, but adding and enriching and beautifying and bringing the essence and the magic of your wonderful creative ability into transforming the everyday mundane into something that can be admired. And as we see here, it's because you see that the world can be a bit disheartening on people. It can be a rough and challenging place, and thus you want to lighten everything. You want to bring the essence and the beauty of magic, pure magic, into people's lives, and that comes out in various forms, shapes, or means, as we've discussed already. But yes, that is the driving force that you see in this world, driving force for you, because you see in this world that it can be kind of a desolate place at times, a challenging place. And just to bring the essence and the rejuvenation of the magic that you want to imbue into every aspect of the world, that is the quest you are seeking to achieve. All right, so upon this quest, upon this path, we look at a companion, ability, or a skill that you bring with you to go along with you on this path. And the magic that you are, we have here personal choice. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. You connect naturally with the natural world, both plants and animals, in their spiritual form as well. You are not tied and tethered to any specific kingdom, whether it's a mineral, plant, or animal kingdom. You know how to use and apply all of them, because in the essence of your magic, it's almost fairy or very deva or earthly connected here. So you know how to utilize all the essence of nature and the natural world and the surrounding aspects around you in order to create what we have here is personal choice, which is whatever you choose to create. But you know how to kind of harness that magic from the natural world to bring forth it into people's lives. And that's why it comes in the forms of many different ways, different things, and even different products for this quest. So we have here the Ace of Cups and the King of Staffs. For some of you, it is definitely in the realm of working with nature spirits. For others of you, it's the passion that is ignited when you are connected in the natural world. That's where you draw your inspiration and how you bring it out to the world. Like a waterfall free-flowing of your magic from the natural world. It just courses through you, and the inspiration that you hold that comes forth and pours into your creation. In a way, there's two primary area of focus that comes forth for you in terms of soothing the emotions, and the emotions placating the emotions of other people, and then also the inspiration that fuels other people, that fuels you as well when you are tapped into this natural world and this natural essence, and the magic of the natural world that flows, that I hear we often so forget because we have become so disconnected with the natural world. But the magic is always there. It perhaps may have to appear to dwindle a little bit as time goes by and as our connection wanes and fades. But as we rebuild the connection, as you on your quest rebuilds the connection, then you enliven everything around you. It's almost taking the magic. It's almost like taking the magic from the natural world and then bringing its essence back and then imbuing it into a society that is long, or partially, I should say, that is disconnected with it. So that is the magic that you bring with you, the ability, the skill. And you can tap into any companions from any kingdom, plant, mineral, or animal, all in its spiritual forms and physical form. Now the challenge that comes up for you upon this quest, the card indicates here, is growth. And I hear time is needed for this growth. Growth requires you to step out of your comfort zone. Growing pains can help you in gaining wisdom and experience. The old must be left behind before growing into the new. And we are seeing here stepping into the dream world, or more so the preparation phase, stage, or world that will allow whatever you want to bring forth on your quest, on your journey, giving it the proper time to grow. Imagine or think of any animal going through a stage of growth, like a butterfly, for example. It starts with a pupa, then a larva, and then into its adult stage, and then has to go through that metamorphosis in the cocoon stage in order to become a full butterfly. There is successions of stages of growth that needs to happen, that needs to go through, and all those stages requires time as well. But the main challenge here is to not rush things. It's not to rush any along the process, because there's important lessons and important aspects of growth along each and every of those steps of the process, of the way. Because if you miss one stage, or there are lessons that you don't pick up upon, the lessons will come again, or the stage has to be completed in order to move on. You can't jump from a larva straight into a butterfly. There has to be a progression there. Otherwise, the final essence of that butterfly, which never comes to light, is, and even if it does in some shape or form, it's not to its full potential. So there's time and patience in regards to the growth that has to happen. And that is the challenge, to develop and cultivate the essence of patience and the virtue of patience. And the reason why this challenge is so challenging is because when we are dealing with growth, or when we are looking to finish or complete a quest, or when we are on amidst that quest, is the art of manifestation. When we manifest, we often don't see the results right away. It's like when you plant a seed of manifestation and you want to see a tree in full bloom. It is difficult in terms of waiting for it to become a sprout, a sapling, and eventually a tree. The manifestation thereof, whatever this quest, this vision that you want to bring forth, this product, this creation on your quest, the reason why it's challenging is because the essence of manifestation in the 3D realm takes time here. Yes, so continue with your studies, continue with your skill enhancement, and all in due time, that's how you can progress throughout this phase of growth, this challenge thereof. Now, divine intervention comes in, or a guide or companion, or those we connect with are there to help us along with this path. We are not alone. And what comes forth is, we have here, make a decision. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance, pointing you toward your own joy. You deserve it. There is a tethering and a balancing act going on between the heart and the mind here. It is the trust and the faith in the divine to have things steadying and growing at a certain rate that will guide you along your journey, along your path, to help you ease out your challenge and to move into the next step of your growth here. Because when we keep on vacillating back and forth between mind and heart, it's hard to be in both places at once. The mind perhaps pulls you strongly and the heart encourages you, but yes, it's a never-ending cycle. If we keep on going back and forth, our scales will never fully balance, because in our hearts we are not at ease. The energy here is, you will, whatever you put out energetically, you receive it back energetically. And also, it is time to let go of what seems or holds the illusion of truth. It's like a mirage in a desert, where we see water where it actually is not. it's a projected idea or a projected illusion that comes forth. And like the mind and the heart, wherever frequency the heart puts out, that frequency resonates and multiplies as it reaches its destination, its resonance out there in the world. And that resonance will kind of echolocate back to itself in its purest form. And that's where the energy that transpires out will naturally flow back as a stream of equal energy. And in this sense, the magic of the heart is when it puts out its energy in resonance, it actually amplifies. So it comes back even greater in magnitude. So not only on your quest will you receive the energetics that you put out in the same amplitude, it will actually come back as a greater amplitude, a more amplified amplitude, a greater energy than what you put out and what you expect, as long as you are resonate in the heart frequency. The decision is to resonate with what most is aligned for you. And that's where spiritual guidance comes in. The clarity to make the decision to not fall into the trappings of illusions, which is what the mind does. It projects, it creates, it's its natural ability to do so. And there is time and place for that, when we do need to analyze, when we do need to project for possibilities. But the encouragement here, especially with the guidance from the magical and spiritual realm, is to make decisions according to what resonates with your heart instead of what is projected with the mind. Leave behind the illusions and dissipate them altogether. So along the quest, once we have received or acknowledged the help that is along with us, then there's a turning point. Now this turning point, whether we achieve or accomplish it, will dictate how we transform and how we master ourselves. So the mastery or turning point or the transformation point for you, we have divine animals. So strongly, the spiritual totem animals come through for you, even in the physical realm. Perhaps you have a pet companion, or you notice the animals in the natural world that you see all the time. They come, or you spot them perhaps in unlikely places, but you see them, or you even see them in images. But they're always there to remind you. They're helping you to really connect to your heart. That is the essence of your transformation. Because do not forget in the beginning your natural and magical ability here. In addition, with the skill that you hold and the connection you have with the natural world, your animal spirit guides are always there with you. Stars of path number 1 here. You have a strong connection to the natural world, as we said already. And the animal realm is coming through, the spiritual animal realm, manifesting into physical animal realm to remind you of that. That's where your turning point will be. All you have to do is connect into the heart essence that is always within you. And that also, in a sense, allows you to connect to them on the spiritual level and the spiritual plane. And they will help guide you And the reason why it is so, they will help you see through the mirage, through the illusion of what's straight in front of you, or should I say, what is more resonant in your heart. You can always feel it, and you know it's there. But part of your challenge, the projected mirage, the impatience, the frustration, the waiting, you can only see that the way ahead is clouded by illusions of what's broken in front of you or the challenges in front of you. But your spiritual animal guides and realms always remind you that you already know of what is there because it's always in your heart. You can always connect to it. And the sooner or the more often you connect back to it, it will bring you along your quest to achieve and accomplish what you want in terms of amplifying the magnitude and the energy that you put out into even a greater amount that gives back to you. So as we complete your cycle here and your journey, once again, we are deep rooted, your essence and your being, deep rooted in the natural world and all that is connected around you. For they are your guides, your soul family, everything you see in the natural world, especially and from the divine animal realm, is what bring you back to your core, to what remind you to connect your heart and your core and the essence of what's in front of you already that you do not see. So your dreams, your vision, your quest, your goal, all for the accomplishment, all for the creation. Remember your personal power. The magic is always there. It's just a matter of being patient and cultivating the patience now. So as you complete your journey, your cycle, when you do this, it is time to evolve. And we have the wild farandole. Come dance with us, they say. May the music of existence overwhelm and daze you. May each of your gestures be graceful and spirited. May it also be an ode to love and life. Nothing is serious. Everything is light and bright today. Yes. So go dance with your spirit animals. Dance with the deep rhythm of your heart. Because that will allow you not only the reciprocity and the reciprocation of the energy that you so deserve and love, it may also bring the partnership and the love in all its forms, all sense of relationships, all forms of connection back to you. Alright, beautiful stars, that was your mystical journey. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please magically give that like button a tap. Subscribe if you have not already for more messages and journeys in the future. I'm wishing you a wonderful magical day whenever and wherever you are. Remember to take care of yourself, shine bright, go forth, follow your path, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, lovely stars. Path 2 here. You have chosen. So every quest starts with a quest. Every journey, every adventure starts with a quest, a goal, a seeking, a search, or something. And the path that you've chosen is Foxfire here. And perhaps that's what it was too. There's a bit of a hesitancy or a slight delay as we begin your journey here before we jump fully into the quest. So with Foxfire, I see that something is building up incrementally, but it's almost like an eruption of power. Yes, something that comes into full being, but there's something that needs to be grasped first. So your quest is a personal quest for growth, development, and power, but to display and exemplify this power on a magnitude. As we explore the quest and the path here, we'll see the reasons why you've chosen this quest. But there is something quite significant here that's being held off for a little bit, at least in the beginning or the initial phase of the quest. Yes, but there's some sort of power to step into in a timely manner when everything is connected to its full placement. Like a honeycomb, for example, like a beehive. Each hexagonal honeycomb has to be stacked in place before we have the full completion of the structure. Yes. So let's look at the energy behind your quest here. We have Sabir or Temperance here. Yes, we are transitioning from one phase into another, as we talked about already. There is a cross line or a threshold that needs to be traversed to go from one state to another, but almost in the sense of an evolutionary, an advancement, a great progression, almost from the physical into the spiritual realm, is what we're getting here. Part of the physical heaviness and density of the world is easy to kind of tether or bind us or weigh us down. And going from one phase to another, stepping from one state into another, from one resonance of vibration into another of power, takes a bit of growth. So let's look at what you bring forth into this challenge and this quest. Perhaps a companion, a skill, or ability along the way to help you navigate. So we are looking at Hummingbird with miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Part of your quest here is strongly the ability of remembrance. What do we mean by that? Remembrance of your essence, of your power, this delineation, this line that you have drawn for yourself, this limitation that has encapsulated you and around you. It's almost like a wrapper on a candy. The sweetness and the essence is already there, but there's this slight veil that has been put upon you. Whether it's co-created with your spiritual form prior to the incarnation to go on the quest, or whether it is a veil that is projected by the physical world. Once you have entered it and going along this quest seems to kind of hold you back, weigh you down, some sort of hesitation that limits you. But it's only a very minor veil. When we think of the candy wrapper, it's almost the veil in a way is a form of a slight protection until it's not needed anymore. When we are ready to embrace the sweetness of that candy, then we easily remove the veil, right? Sometimes there may be a struggle to unleash that or release that veil, but it's a thin veil at the very least, or at the most. And speaking in terms of the honeycomb we mentioned earlier, the interconnectivity you have with the spiritual realm, not only is it ever present, not only is the sweetness of the candy always there, it is there in great magnitude to a point where you are like the Malika of staffs here. You are in full divine connection, and it's just a parsing of that thin veil. It's that will reconnect you so easily to the spiritual realms. Your wings have already spread. It's always spread. It's always ready to fly. It's always ready to tap into your spiritual abilities, connections, and divine power. The quest, a very simple and perhaps minor quest, but not so because it's still a challenge to go through, is to remember and tap back into this utmost great potential and power that you already hold with the divine matrix and divine connection, the interlinked connection that you already hold. So, what is the main challenge that is coming up here upon your quest? Why is it so hard to remove this veil? We're looking at colors and numbers. 2222. What feelings are you struggling to acknowledge? How do you see the world around you? What's not adding up in your life? Your connection to divine, to the spiritual realm, to the greater interconnectedness of everything else is so strong. It comes to you on a daily basis in your daily life as signs and synchronicities that shows up but perhaps goes unnoticed, whether it's because your shift or your focus is constantly engaged elsewhere, or there is just perhaps not enough time to go within to fully connect. And that's what's limiting you. That's the challenge, is more so taking the time and the essence to go within, to see and recognize the signs and the synchronicities that are all around you, that you are ever constantly and have the great potential and the ability to connect into. Yes, it's easy to get captivated by the mirage or illusions of this world. The things that sparkle, the things that shimmer, the things that glimmers and glitters in the world. It's the distraction that is making up the challenge upon your quest here to fully connect. There's no great impediment or struggle the challenge here can easily be dissipated when you go and you tune into your own divine wisdom, which is ever so present here. It's just a matter of taking that time to go within and to remove the distractions and remove the focus away from the essence of the worldly pleasure, which of course, in fair balance, it's good to be enjoyed, to savor the pleasures. But when we are so entrenched in it, then we get caught up into the things that are not real. So along this quest, along this path, we are not alone. We have guides and spirits and connections and companions that will help us along our quests. So along your quest, your guides remind you to be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. Because remember, you are already that sweetness, that candy, that miracle, that strong, powerful, spiritual, connected being that you already are. In remembering that alone is sufficient. And the practice thereof of recognizing and realizing and going within yourself to remember you and your power and your potential will help to parse this veil. Trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. This is your divine connection. Like a child of the universe, you are always connected. You are never separated in terms of your connection. But as a child also, like a child is easily entertained and distracted in terms of their attention and focus. And that's why your guides here, like guiding adults, will come to remind you and send you many synchronicities, many signs throughout your daily activities, throughout your daily life, to remind you. A perfect reiteration of the energy we've just received along your journey here. Go within. Do you see how strong this individual, how strong you are when you focus within, and when you focus on your power, when you focus into your divine connection? The magic emanates and radiates from you to all that's around you. And look at all the distractions that just naturally are always there, that clouds you, that eludes your mind. But when you remove yourself from those distractions, when you remove yourself from the focus of the material distractions around you, of the pleasures of the world around you, and it doesn't have to be a lot. You take time to go within, and all the illusions can fly all around you, but you are the firmness within. Release all those distractions around you. You can dabble and come back to them, of course. Enjoy the pleasures of the world, but they will always be there in multitudes, in numbers. And in order to progress along your quest here, to tap into greater potential, to seek or develop your spiritual skills and abilities, to step into greater power for whatever you want to use that power for, is to go within. So the turning point as you go along your path here, the transformation, the mastery thereof, is to nourish. And as we see here, again, the physical world is just a small fraction of what's on the surface that we can see. What's underneath is what's all around. It's what's fully always in tune. And this is a personal choice. In order to cultivate, to cross that great divide, and also to become the master of your skills and abilities, and to develop further enhanced psychic abilities, as one can call it. It's just merely abilities and fractals of the mind, and the potential of mind and spirit combined is what you choose to nourish. There is a close progression here. We go from 22 to 23. It is as simple as that. It's just one step of a jump to fully connect. We all have the choice to choose what to nourish, and on your quest is the shifting that choice. It is as simple as that. And along the quest here, as you complete it, when you complete your quest, there's a stage of evolution. There's a stage of peace and bliss and serenity that you feel that will uplift you, where you can appreciate every essence of the physical world, but realize the magnanimity and the grandness of the spiritual world, to infuse spirit in everything that you do on a physical level. That is the peace and the evolution that will be gained upon the mastery of your challenges, of your quests here. So we have simplicity. Sometimes when everything seems complex and intertwined, you just have to let go of the need to understand and enter into the simplicity of the present moment. Breathe deeply and feel how good it is to live. It is as simple as that. And going back to what we need to nourish for you along this journey. Yes, closing the doors upon the material distractions, because it will leave you impoverished in spirit the more that the focus is not shifted, or where the focus is shifted upon. There is apt to be a good balance between physical and spiritual, because when we focus into more energy into one area, it's easy to neglect the other. So in order to advance, evolve, and master, we balance and we connect back to the essence of ourselves. The innocence, the miracle, and the magic of the power that's always there. The delineation is simple, as you can see here. From something physical to something spiritual. How do you connect? You're already connected in full form, full shape, full power. It's the focus and removing the hesitations, removing the doubts, removing the distractions, removing the illusions, the temptations. So step into your power and complete your quest lovely stars, because it is awaiting you on the other side, just as simple as a couple steps into the water, or to rise above the walls and limitations of the distractions of your physical realm. Take off the wrapper and become the essence of you. Alright, lovely stars, that was your journey. If you enjoyed it, please magically give that thumbs up a tap. Subscribe if you have not already for future messages and journeys. I'm wishing you a wonderful magical day whenever and wherever you are. Take care of yourself, step into your path, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars. Hello, beautiful stars. So for Path 3 here, every journey begins with a quest, a goal, a seeking, and you chosen for your path the Garden of the Night. Self-introspection. I hear, in order to know others, you must know yourself. So the path of the quest you've chosen here, lovely stars of this path, is a quest for introspection, but also in terms of connecting to the subtle vibrations that are often missed on the more superficial conscious realm. You want to develop and enhance yourself in such a way that when you go within, you are fully connected to everything around you. Now, we will look into why you seek the quest that you do in the way that you do, but that is the essence of it here. Partially of what is why is seeking connections. So, lovely stars of this path, you are on a quest for connections. Connection within yourself, so that you may find connections within others around you and in the relationships and the potential around you. But when we are on a quest to seek others, we are also on the quest of seeking ourselves. So along this path, you have a skill or ability or a companion, a trustworthy one, that you always rely on, whether it's a companion or a skill or ability of sorts. There's something that is trustworthy and reliable that you can use and that comes along with you on this journey, on this quest, and on this path. So we have moves with wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. So on your quest, you have an innate sense of wisdom that carries throughout lineages, throughout star systems, throughout lineages beyond just incarnations upon this earth. These lineages dive deep into the spiritual connections you have with your soul family. It is the wisdom that has been kind of instilled in you and is shared in this collective consciousness, in your spiritual collective consciousness, in your spiritual family, and of course, to a greater aspect, to source, to the universe here. And it's something you can always tap into. It's readily available to you, but on your quest, for whatever reason, you are seeking it as if it is almost outside of yourself, or there's a bit of, I don't want to say disconnect, but that's the word we are going to use and apply here. It's almost a bit of a disconnect where you think, yes, that that you have to go or seek or search in order to connect deeper. But your wisdom, your clairsentience, perhaps, is what guides you along the way. A deep inner knowing, a deep wisdom that's always been instilled in your innate magical system, in your innate magical being, to inform you and let you know that it kind of guides you along the way, like a spiritual hand that leads you, that guides you and holds you along the way and pulls you, even though if it doesn't seem like it is present. When you tap into the divinity beyond separation, it allows you ninefolds, or shall I say multitudes of ways for you to navigate your emotions. That is perhaps part of what's pulling you so hard and creating that disconnect. When our emotions are so strong, and it can easily push or pull us in every which way, but as you navigate these emotions with your wisdom and then tap into the wisdom of your emotions, that creates a ninefold levels of wisdom that you can tap into and recognize, and that makes you connect and navigate your relationships so much easier. But it is quite a skill to have, to possess, but there is the need to tap into it. This skill, this ninefold skill, is always there, is always present. But the challenge perhaps is being too caught up in the primordial essence of the emotions, the primordial level of the emotions, and then letting the emotions pull and spin us each way. When we go up to the next level and the next level until we reach the ninth level of the emotional expansion, that will allow us full connection to navigate. And instead of the bottom primordial emotions pulling us every which way, we know how to navigate emotions and expand it in a way that is beyond explanation. That's why it is not easy to convey this aspect on your journey here. The spiritual essence of it is so divine that it lacks human words and even human comprehension. It's an essence of being, it's a wisdom that is innate, that can only be felt, experienced, and tapped into, but difficult to explain. But do know that this is within your innate ability and skill to take upon your journey. So now we look into the challenge upon your journey. Part of it is revealed here already. But as we see here, truth is what comes forth. Remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked, so be objective when dealing with emotional issues. Address areas in your life that are not achieving your deepest truth. And the wisdom and the magic and the synchronicity that shows up here, you can very much see. the eyes of the wisdom of the peacock tail here flourishes in the background, just like the peacock, the ninefold levels here that flourishes in the background. And we've been talking about how emotions on the rudimentary level can create or pull you every which way, create illusions that cloud you from the truth. The more you are authentic to your own inner wisdom, to your own inner self, as guided by the moon spirits here, and from your ancestral line, and everything that you acquire, wisdom and knowledge from your ancestral line, will get you easier and closer to the truth, because it's divinely guided, it's divinely protected. So what is the challenge here? Going back through lineage, through generations. For some of you, that will be asking and inquiring, perhaps elders and elders in your generations, in your lineage, in your family, and learning from them, learning the wisdom that they have to impart. For others of you on this quest, on this journey, it is going deep within your wisdom self, going to your heart, going to your higher self, to tap into the soul family knowledge of the collective conscious wisdom that has been acquired in the spiritual realm for you. This is already there for a good portion of you. The others of you, it takes a bit of seeking and a bit of going in. So along your quest and your journey, you are not alone. There's always assistance and helpers, either divinely or perhaps on the physical realm as well. So let's see who or what is coming in to help you along the way. Your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps in forms you didn't expect. And that is precisely the essence of the energy here. You've been searching and seeking for the answers, for the truth, trying to find out, trying to find ways, trying to find comprehension and understanding when the wisdom is there already. The guides now will coordinate your family, your lineage guides, your spiritual family, will guide things along the way where it will lead you to that inner knowing that will help you give the answers that you are seeking. If you're seeking, why is this happening in my relationships? Where's the truth of the nature of these relationships, whether it's with yourself or with others? Your guides are leading you on the way there. A clearing and a cleansing needs to be done to navigate you through this maze of mental processing, of emotional processing, and also of spiritual connection that you feel like you are not connected to. Cleanse away all these doubts, all these fears, all these hesitations, all these endless loops of ruminations that keep on cycling back on itself. Then you will open your third eye and you can see clarity beyond just 3D vision. It's a matter of going in intuitively. Whether you need to do that in a cleansing water form one way or another, or connecting in an earthly form, or even in an air form, to cleanse your environment, cleanse your energy, cleanse your clarity, so you can reach that clarity to get the answers that you are seeking for. So once you receive the guidance and the connection from the helpers all around you in many different shapes, ways, and forms, there is a turning point, a transformation point into mastery. And let's see what the potential mastery, skills, abilities, and powers you have to transform your own life here. We have inward revolution, like downloads and evolution in itself. It can change your perception, it can change the way you think, and it also can change the lineage DNA, like electricity that sparks something anew. Divine animals, divine spirit guides, spiritual realm is also coming through. It will further expand your connection that is already there, but it's for you, it will make it easier for you to tap back into it. Changing. And then we have light beings. Yes, so your family beyond the stars. Your family in the spiritual realm. The mastery of yourself is part of the quest here. But it's not being done alone. There are strands and fibers of energy connected in your lineage because there's a lot to dissolve here. Perhaps it is karmic lessons that is to be learned and achieved through you that will alter and change your ancestral line, both present, future, and past. Because time is not linear as we think it is, or that it has been perceived to be. Yes, so changing this DNA lineage energetics across all time and space for all of your lineage. And as we can see here very clearly, of course, you are not working alone. You are working for generations and generations before you, and generations after you. Whether you have or are planning to have children, it does not matter. Whoever from your lineage spiritually will be altered and changed in this form. And it starts with you on this quest. Your connection, it's like an avatar state that pervades throughout the lineages, prior and forthcoming. Okay, so once you reach that turning point, reach the transformation, It is time to complete the quest, the journey, and to evolve to the next level. And perhaps in this evolution, it will advance your soul family and tribe, yes, but the collective consciousness overall as well, and the source of this universe, which has massive, profound effects on a scale a lot greater than you can imagine or even know. Yes, it is a level beyond your current comprehension. So your quest here, just know that it has major grand scale impact. Such major cosmic impacts. So now let's look at our completion and our evolution of your quest here. Fly high, shine bright. There's more to come. Once you traverse out of the clouds, you clear one level, but there's so much more growth and expansion to overcome. It's a steady pace. There's no rush to this evolution. It is a steady growth and progress. So we have the rock. You are the rock, swept by the winds and shaped by the crashing waves of existence. They gnaw at you, creating steep, inaccessible, and dangerous places. But look out into the distance, to the coast. The thousands of grains ripped away have created a beautiful beach. This warm sand is also a part of you. This you must never forget. The further you go into your evolution, it takes you back into your quest, because the further you recognize that there is no separation, that 9 levels of emotion that connect you to everything, from a rudimentary physical realm, primal realm, into the enhanced spiritual realm, beyond human comprehension, beyond human words or the description. It's a continuous flow, a continuum of energy that is never separated, and thus why it is held in lineages. We finish off your evolution here with a cycle to create something anew. We see the 4 seasons, we see the wheel of the universe turning here, cycles and cycles over again. Because part of your mission, your job, your quest will allow other down the line of you after this in the spiritual realm, however and whenever they incarnate into whatever universes. That is the level and the extent of the cycles you can create for your generations in the spiritual realm. So for those of you dealing with minor questions about simple truths about relationship, go to higher level of emotions and trust that the divine will find you and give you the answer that you need in time. For those of you seeking on a greater purpose of expansion and growth to elevate your level of emotions to its highest peak and potential beyond human description, Your quest expands to so much more than just you. It's through your lineage and then lineages beyond you in future times to come. Alright, lovely stars that have chosen this path, that was the end of your quest and journey. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please give that like button a magical tap. And subscribe if you have not already for more journeys and messages in the future. You have much growth and great expansion waiting ahead of you. So I wish you well on your quest to complete it and to evolve for the greater collective here. With that, I'm wishing you a wonderful magical day whenever and wherever you are. Take care of yourself, seek your quest and complete it and evolve. Shine ever so bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars.